Alright, so for today we're checking out Forever Skies. I don't know a whole lot about this game other than it is a survival game. It's supposed to play similar to Raft in that you have a thing that is your home base that moves, and you bring things to it to survive. I don't really know much past that, and the fact that your thing is an airship, if you couldn't figure out by the fact that there's this big airship and all this is bubbling up. I really do hope, like, this is fine for the title screen, I think. I really hope when we get in the game, it's not super bobby up and down, because I know for people who have simulation motion sickness type concerns, that could be a non-starter for them. But regardless, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be hopping into the accessibility, well, we're going to hop into settings to look for accessibility settings. The absence of these isn't necessarily indicative of a problem. For example, lately I've seen games have done really, really well about not communicating exclusively using color, which is always an issue when it comes to color deficiency, color blindness type concerns. So there's a lot of games who do put filters in to help, so that would be a setting. But there's a lot of games who just recognized if I also have, like, the green button has a play symbol and the red button has a stop symbol, or it says go and stop and that kind of stuff, I don't need those filters because it's already communicating very clearly, because that's where you run into problems. So let's see what we got. Alright. We got borderless window. Is not yet optimized for higher resolutions. We recommend playing at 1080p. We'll see. If it runs horrifically, as much as I'm going to hate it, I might make it exclusive full screen and drop it, but that's going to move all of my windows all over the place, and that'd be a bad time. So we're going to try it, because I'm way over spec'd. But if it is a problem, they are at least telling us, hey, this is an early version, we haven't done that yet. I at least appreciate that they're telling us off the bat that, hey, this is a known issue. I'm okay with that. They did have the freight rate limit, that's a streamer thing. You have your different upscaling technology, I'm not going to worry about that. We have the language. The language is under audio, interestingly enough, so that tells me they're going to have voice acted. Hopefully they do have subtitles. Head bob strength. Nope. Mouse lag strength? Alright. That, like, I'm gonna move my mouse, it's gonna wait. I'm gonna have to play and see what that's like. And then controllers. Alright. So I got a bunch of random things here. You can change your key bindings. Alright, so that's fine. It looks like we'll actually be steering this because they have ascend, descend, turn left, right, so we will be able to control the airship. Okay, so I do appreciate that they had the head bob that I could turn it down and up. That was another thing that I was not complaining, but I was mentioning, I was having a discussion with another content creator. They were talking about places that, like, right now games are doing really well with accessibility, i.e. the color deficiency thing, versus places that games are doing really bad with the, accessibility lately. Motion blur, head bob, vignetting, smooth cam. It's been like all the motion sensitivity kind of stuff. That's fine that they have them, but have a little tick box you can turn them off. That's been a real problem. Okay, I saw the plus, I thought that meant something. There's save files. We have easy, normal, hard, and permadeath. Easy, food and drink bars drop much slower. No loss of resources after death. Normal, food and drink bars drop at a normal rate. Loss of 20% of basic resources upon death. Hard, food and drinks drop at an increased rate. Loss of half of your inventory. Basic and advanced materials. So that's one difference. This one has advanced resource types, but these two are basic. Upon death, and then permadeath is you die. So it's the same food and drink as hard. You just die. All right, since we don't know how this game is scaled, we're gonna start with normal. Usually when I try a game for the first time, I always try and start with what I believe is the intended normal difficulty, to base from there. There is no other end of the world. Jets me lost, the song at the end of the world. So we're in space. And now we're not. It's like, you're in space. Never mind. Psych.
Emergency landing procedure completed.
Alright. Expedition. Broken signal. Sagittarius 2 went silent for months. Then this one signal, and silence again. None of us know what awaits us. Wait you there. Sorry. But there's a chance that they found the virus, then maybe we can survive. Find the virus sample at all costs. The fate of all of us depend on you. The Ark. So he took a med kit. Man, that flashlight though.
We arrived at the source of
okay. Yeah, I could see where it is definitely stuttering. So let's... It's such a shame, because I don't want to go window mode or full extended. I want to do window borderless, and I can't do it. Let's just turn down the graphics. And I'm sure some dev out there will be like, no!
Health parameters low. Check the database for details.
No. Alright, so what happens when we turn off the mouse lag? Why would you ever want that then? It was just like a very, very slight delay from when you turn and you actually turn. It was just kind of a weird decision. It's all gone to hell. Everything's been screwed up since we found the danged virus. Everything, we're all getting sick, equipment is breaking down, and then this Noah situation. The power blew out again, the door is locked. I'll check if the beacon tower has a compatible battery. Health parameters. Immune circles determines how hard you suffer from viruses. Value depends on other health parameters. Fatigue bar. The maximum level limits stamina allowing to sprint. Regenerates while sleeping, so fatigue is sleep. Fair enough. Health bar decreases when receiving wounds, diseases, and bad food.
Diseases might become more severe.
Regenerates immunity above 50%. Hunger and thirst decrease over time from diseases and certain foods. Resources. Machine parts. Parts of small disassembled machines. So we have the hungers. Old canned water. My fave.
Calories of virus infection detected.
Okay, so I ate the first one, and it gave me photophobia, which is interesting because that's actually an accessibility concern. Photophobia is the aversion of light, so it doesn't physically hurt you, but, you know, it's uncomfortable to look at light. So it's interesting that that's listed as a virus when it's a symptom, but no problem there. Where am I? Where's the box? There you are.
New radio message received.
Alright, underlying message. We're down into the dust. We found a lab where the first analyzed the virus 400 years ago. That's when it all started going to heck. Noah went crazy. The jerk stole the sample, our airship, and broke the radio. He left us here to die. He's dangerous as heck. The location of the sample is an overgrown greenhouse. A scientist lived there who studied flora from under the dust. If you want to get there, try visiting some radio towers and wind farms to get the necessary devices. Be careful, this world no longer wants us. It is not a place for humans anymore. Expedition Sagittarius 2. Solid state battery, a battery that powers less energy demanding devices. Viruses. Photophobia. Looking in direct sunlight causes visual disturbance and injuries. A therapeutic nutrients, lichen. Cure the virus and fill the medicine list. That's interesting. Photophobia should not cause injury. That's photosensitivity. Find where the previous expedition transmitted your signal. Find a way to depart location. Find the cure. The person is scared of sunlight. So photophobia isn't scared like arachnophobia, where like people are scared of spiders, like an irrational fear of spiders. Photophobia is discomfort with light. To give you an example of what photophobia would be, for example, is if you were to stay like a long time in a movie theater in a dark room, that kind of thing, and you walk outside, you know how you walk outside, you kind of go because the light kind of is really discomforting, and that's photophobia. Photosensitivity is when light actually causes you harm. Migraines, stuff like migraines, seizures, that kind of stuff would be photosensitivity. That's the reason you have photosensitive epilepsy. Photosensitivity would be the symptom, and for epilepsy, photosensitive epilepsy, it causes seizures. Old canned water. Take the fabricator. Place. Oh, that is okay. Apparently, that's my airship. Where? 1 second. Hey, Smoker Silver, how's it going? I'm gonna avoid drinking the dirty water until I'm at least thirsty. What's this game? It's Forever Skies. It's supposed to ultimately play like Raft, but airships instead of boats. Oh, yeah, so we're already down here. But it is a survival game. So, I've got my hunger and thirst down there. The interesting thing is they have the aspect of viruses and disease in this game that I guess you can gain immunity and that kind of stuff. And see more goodies on the other side there. Alright, let's go mess with this. Craft a deck extractor. I need a transformer. Alright, so you can assemble nothing yet. Alright, we have no engine, so that's not going anywhere. So keep looking for stuff. Photophobia virus research. My research on photophobia virus has shown that it can be cured with lichen. The best way found a dust moss and the other things that living in the dust layer. Preparing a lure to attract these objects, use it with the insect catcher on the airship, lower it into the dust and wait for the catch. The food from this world, eaten raw, may be harmful. I'll leave a membrane of water condenser just in case the water will need to be cooked food. Fabricator, crafts basic tools and all that kind of stuff in the airship. Simple insect lure. Take condenser membrane. Old ration. First aid kit. Yeah, I'm assuming I have to get the deck extractor. Insert the membrane in the water condenser. Oh, there's a second door on my ship. Okay. Is this gonna be something fast or something slow? What kind of bug are we catching? I guess that is pretty big.
The virus was neutralized.
So we ate the raw bug. My character got a little bit upset about that. Are you done? Okay. Craft water purifier and place it on the airship. So you're telling me to make this, but I need to find a transformer, which I'd assume I'm looking for some type of electrical thing. Is that it right there? I kind of wish the highlighting for stuff was a little farther away. It's pretty easy to overlook things. So deck extractor.
Printing completed.
Alright, so the place on the outside of my ship. Okay. So I don't know what materials they even need out of all this. But everything flying by, it's like, alright, well I might as well vaporize it or whatever. So it appears this is my equivalent to the hook. Just grabbing debris that goes by. Oh, good. It'll have track stuff when I get the hit on it. Alright, so the important thing was that opened this area that we recognized there was stuff in there and I couldn't get to it before. Blueprint research. I managed to repair a research station. There are a few old blueprints preserved in the memory card, but most important one is the scanner. It is necessary to complete the research and craft it. After that, I could scan certain objects in the world so we could acquire more data for blueprint research. I need a battery to run the device. I dug one out of this old power box from the ruins. There should be some more batteries inside. Deck extractor. Extracts raw resources from objects. Long operating range. Fuel accessories. Condenser membrane. Synthetic membrane used by water generators to condense water, a dirty wire of the surrounding area. Simple insect lure. Gets us insects. Technical. Transformer. Craftable element used to produce advanced devices. Items. Old food ration. Non-spoiling, still edible food. Viruses, photophobia. Oh, and it gave us the new information that later, if I get it, I could just... so sun melon causes photophobia. Fat dust moth cures photophobia. Like, I wasn't sure if it was just that particular one. Take research station. Okay. That battery just squeaked. It's an interesting idea for a battery. So it's saying scanner was something I wanted.
Research finalized.
Yeah, so my guess is, the big thing it's saying is I don't have engines. I guess now I can make the scanner here.
Printing complete. Analysis completed.
That's a funny word, squeezed. I can't think of another way of describing that battery. The battery went... and then...
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
Anything else here we see that I can scan? Metal cluster. Synthetic cluster. Yeah, most of the rest of this does not look scannable. Oh, corpse. His mission was to map out the directions and how far. He's been dead for nearly 2 months. The decomposition process was slowed by climate conditions. And I'm noticing it cannot seem to scan the sun melons. Okay, just tell me I can use it. He was in charge of operating and maintaining equipment. He designed devices and adapted resource components he found for that. So it's just saying, like, engineering body and all that. So I think those are just generic filler things. Because otherwise it'd be like, you know, Engineer Samuel. His job was to be da-da-da-da-da. Scientist Jasmine. Her job was to da-da-da-da-da. Instead, it's just giving generic manager, engineer. Okay, and scanning does use resources, like we are draining the battery on it. Let's see the other things we can fabricate. So we have the water purifier. That seems like it's going to be very important. It's interesting to me that conceptually it's supposed to be like Raft kind of thing,
Hydration level is decreasing.
yet we start with a vehicle we can't move anywhere.
Printing completed.
Oh. Alright, so we got a water purifier. An electric cooker. Engine and fuel. Seems like I should...
Printing completed.
Alright. I do hope this gets to be bigger. Alright, so we're researching that.
Research finalized.
Alright, so I need to make an engine. I am noticing a pretty steep limitation in how much I can arc this thing. Like, I can't aim it farther right, can't aim it more up. Down's pretty good. Like, I notice I'm missing a lot of material because it's just too far to the right. A small storage box. Water condenser and membrane. We're gonna need that. Because I get water from here using the membrane, and then I put in here to purify it.
Research finalized.
Printing completed.
Research finalized. Maximum flight speed increased.
Okay. Synthetic fuel requires synthetics. Okay, so fuel won't be that bad. I just gotta take those apart. Maybe I'll need to move this so a giant chunk of its view is not obscured by the giant engine, but you know, that sounds like a later me problem. Right now, I want to get this thing heckin' in the air
Printing
because
completed.
I feel that's a minimum requirement. Additional oxygen tank increasing supply. Okay, so we've got it moving now. Come on, get in range. All right.
finalized.
Oh, there we go. I was like, it's saying shift and control to go up and down. But really doesn't feel like it does much. Okay, and the stuff disassemblable here.
Calories level is decreasing.
Yeah, it does that. We will... Making condenser membranes so we can get more water.
Printing completed.
I would like my dinner to be cooked, please.
Hydration level is decreasing.
Come on.
Printing completed.
Repairs damaged objects and devices one-time use.
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
Uncharted area.
Is this game released?
Preliminary analysis started.
I think it might be early access. I'm not 100% on that. This isn't the demo.
Completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
Increase the flight altitude of the airship. Effective multiples units built. Okay. Expand the airship. Alright. Plastic scrap. So we're getting stuff that's going to let us make our airship platform larger, which is good because it's tiny. It says early access stream. Gotcha. It seemed like it was early access. There's ourselves with a battery. No, I don't have a spare bottle. And that said, I don't know what the early access, how complete or incomplete is. Feels alright so far. The premise we have is there's some type of virus that is relevant for something. Glass floor requires airship builder. Got a bunch of random parts. Okay, so you pick that up. There's another one up here. Okay. So it seems like synthetics and metals I can get just flying around and using my extracting laser thing. Some of these other stuff, like the little things that look like the little turbine things, those I just find in the grand plans. And how is day 1 and 19 hours approximately? It's going pretty well. Okay. There you are. Plastic scrap. Because you don't know how many seconds? Yep. Alright, so let's go here real fast. Airship builder constructs airship hull, interior, and balloon components. We have electronic scrap, we have plastic scrap, we have a note sticker, so I can add notes to mine. A basic turbine for up and down, so let's grab the turbine. That feels like that's very important.
Research finalized.
It's probably fine. I don't know why my window is shooting sparks, but it's probably fine. I was trying to just get a little tick moving forward. Okay.
Research finalized.
Alright, we've got you. You require more synthetics before I can be able to research you. I'm not seeing any of the plastic.
Research finalized.
So I did notice this game you don't just keep endlessly going. I have to actually manually make my make a decision to go slightly up and down kind of thing and forward. But you can like lock yourself at speed, like cruise control kind of thing.
Research finalized.
So that's what we got.
Hydration level is decreasing.
That's fine, don't worry about it. Okay, airship builder requires more synthetic parts.
Research
Yes,
finalized.
sticky notes. A basic turbine. So it allows me to go up and down farther. Machine parts. Empty bottle. That's all fine. Just the way those batteries work, we're just gonna go squish, is just really weird. I'm guessing I have to make a bed soon because we're starting to get tired and I haven't bothered.
Research finalized.
So it seems like I find stuff like the electronic parts and mechanical parts and that kind of stuff on these. It's also where I go to get new things to scan. Discover new tech. Alright. Okay, so it's just like a supply stop. Fair enough. Okay. So we can make the transformer, plastic scrap we make out of synthetics. So we have the turbine to go up and down a bit more. So I need the bed because we're starting to get sleepy. As I continuously just keep researching because it's not bolted down. Why would I not research it?
Research finalized.
Alright, I would like... more scrap.
Calories level is decreasing.
What do we even do for food other than non-renewable? Oh, right, we can do the non-renewable insect lures. Probably what we do for food there.
Printing completed.
Oh, that lure's still good. It's getting very claustrophobic in this little cockpit. Hey, Kitty Cartel, how's it going? I do see all the similarities with Raft. Like, the crafting bench taking time to process, sure. It's a 3D printer as opposed to me crafting it by hand. It's time for nummy cooked dust moth. Where am I supposed to fit this? Ah, perfect. That doesn't feel any more claustrophobic than it already did. Alright, so need more synthetics. Alright, so that lure wore out, so let's put the other one in place for when we need it. Boiled dust moth. Just like Mama used to make. Mama was not a very good cook. Alright, start making more water. So we ran out of... What am I hearing? Oh, it's you. I imagine later on we get a thing that automatically does the collecting of resources just very inefficiently. Okay. The airship builder.
Hydration
Printing
level is
completed.
decreasing.
And we go to sleep. So our hydration and hunger really plummet while we're asleep. Synthetic fuel. Oh, it's some weird undulating tool in my hand. Build menu. So we can make plastic wall, catwalk. So we can make multiple floors on our raft as well. Kind of hard to see a lot. Alright, so we got the speed locked in again. We get that ready to roll whenever we need to. I've got dinner sorted. Oh, so boiled dust moth also helps cure photophobia. Nice. I need 30 synthetics. Yes, I don't know what's going on, that they're like everything below the dust kind of thing. That there's kind of this idea that there's this dust layer that we can see. I keep wanting spacebar to be up, and it just isn't. Alright, well, it's not going up, so I probably need another turbine. There. Giving ourselves just a little bit more room. It's still very claustrophobic in here, but it feels so much better that I can at least walk 2 or 3 steps without immediately being overwhelmed by everything around us. Okay. So I guess we need to make our turbine. maybe I shouldn't cut the big supports holding the giant building up while I'm near it?
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
Yeah, and supposedly it's the better health you're in so far as hunger and all that, the stronger your immune system.
Printing completed.
Oh, you are much larger than I thought you were going to be.
Maximum flight altitude increased.
Alright. It's probably fine if I stand directly below a turbine. I can't imagine there's anything wrong with that. Give me dinner. So I don't know if there's an overlying map or is just if isn't our infinite world type situation like Raft is. I will say one downside of everything being this like destroyed structure kind of aesthetic is I've only been playing for a couple of minutes and I'm kind of already going the whole world looks the same.
Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
So we have copper. Moss swarms. Individuals separate from the flock to search for food when satisfied. The swarm is vigilant and scatters whenever there's danger. Due to this poor eyesight, very possible to catch with proper code. So later I'm going to get like a moth net. Yeah, it has certain similarities that it's kind of Subnautica, kind of Raft, but dusty with giant insect swarms. Wrecked location radar displays locations as nav points. Alright, so I'll be able to get a radar. Helium. Alright, so helium be a resource I'll be able to expand our ships. Because I'm assuming the balloons will limit like how big my ship can get. Whereas, you know, the turbines and all that will determine like how fast it moves, how high it can go. Also Void Train vibes? Yeah. Void Train was a very Raft-like game. They're definitely hitting that similar audience. Something tells me, unlike Raft, where if, you know, I accidentally huck myself off the side, you know, I can just climb back in. I have this strong suspicion, and I don't know why, that if I go off the side of my airship, it will not be nearly as elegant. Looks like the content classification on Twitch is out. I just got an email about it. Checked my checked my channel to see if the stream panel. Gotcha. I saw earlier it said like the content panel. It's like try refreshing and didn't do anything. I'm like, okay, you're still bringing it up. That said, the content I have right now, I shouldn't have to put any of those things on. It'll be individual games, because I wouldn't say this game is particularly like mature audience or violent, or we haven't seen our character go puffy puff or drinky drink or anything like that. We haven't engaged in gambling, so we should be good. Try it. Oh, I'm sure it's going to happen. I have zero doubt it's going to happen at some point. We are on normal difficulty, which I believe it said I would lose 20% of my stuff, my basic materials, if I died. Advanced materials are safe. And then at hard, I would lose, I think it's 50% of everything, including advanced materials. Helium fuel, alright. I probably should have seen if I could have scanned it. Oh, here we go. Respawn. I bumped my head. Just a little bit. So we have a lantern. Used to decorate apartments, has no practical use. We have a bunch of patches, some batteries, another lantern. Can't even turn it on? Okay. We can still use more synthetic materials. We did get glass. Alright, so extractor. Extracts raw resources from object remains. Short operating range, lightweight, can be carried by hand. Rainwater collector. Okay. So I'll need energy crystals. And the automatic mature rating also works? Oh man, that's awesome. I was expecting that to be one of those things that, you know, they would say, we're gonna add this, and then we'd have to wait like 4 or 5 months or something. Okay, so I need a bunch of more advanced components. Unfortunately, where I put our ship, I couldn't quite reach it, so we're gonna turn our ship. Okay, we will turn our ship more. Can't quite reach. There's that'll do. Now we were going this way. And even though it's a random arbitrary direction, we go for the next beacon we can see in the general direction we were moving. So I believe that'll be it. Okay, we got that moving. So Start getting ourselves some more clean water. Alright, and what were we doing with you? So, it seems like the extractor is going to be a big win. Honestly, it's whatever we can build. Advanced insect lure. What? What's beeping at me? Oh. What? Oh, we're out of fuel. I have to refuel. I was like, why did we stop? What beeped at me? What's going on? Alright, synthetic fuel, make that.
Printing completed.
So I definitely feel like I want to put this sticking farther out. So not as much of my view, view is obscured. Alright. The advanced insect lure attracts better catch in the dust. Location radar. That seems like it's going to be an important one. What was he making on that? I don't remember what I was making with that.
Research finalized.
I don't see anything that stands out as something I was making. Okay, so make our location radar. Fuel.
Hydration
Thank you.
level is research finalized.
That's right. Make ourselves some old rations. Old rations. Helium fuel.
Research finalized.
Printing completed.
Oh, I guess let's put that. Okay, we'll figure that out later.
Fast flight altitude zone. Risk of airship damage.
Floating debris is a threat flying at low altitude. Severe damage. I want to go higher. Let me get through this. I want to get to your side. I know my engine is getting damaged. I thought it was the giant ball things I had to worry about, not just being here. So let's get to this tower. Let's land. I know. I'm trying to get through here. I understand. I made a mistake. It's on me. Stop destroying everything. So it says it's damaged, but I don't seem to be able to notice in any way that it is actually, in fact, damaged. Alright, meanwhile, let's go to sleep. The game is like, be stressed now.
Hydration level is decreasing.
Well, it was like, hey, you're going into the area that debris is at kind of your same altitude. That's a bad idea, friend. And I was like, okay, but I'm kind of in it, and I was trying to go higher, so I kept going in it while trying to go up. But, the problem I ran into is, unless I get more turbines or whatever, I can't actually do the go up. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like it just damages the engine, so it's not that bad.
storm is coming.
What do I do for a storm? Game? Do I want to stay in my airship? Do I need to anchor my airship? Do I need to stay inside? Should I be closing my doors? I have incomplete information, game. I feel like this is a moment I should really be doing something, but what that something is, I am very uncertain. I should definitely be...
Research finalized.
What was that?
Lightning strikes the highest targets. Lower altitude or seek cover.
Can I close my doors? I'd like to close these doors that are very clearly doors. Alright, I guess not. That's fine. Alright, so you have weather that I actually have to think about and react to.
Research finalized.
The plastic walls, you have catwalks. Now I need more metal. Oh, and it marks ones I've been to. Okay, so there's an exclamation, or there's a question mark over there, an exclamation mark over there. Thank you. I was trying to like look at the frame. Ah. It's much less terrible sounding outside now. We make plastic scrap and all that. We have a water collector that collects contaminated water when it rains. So that's something I can make that I don't have to sit here and use condenser coils for. That's like a renewable one. Yeah, it's just wondering if I could put that on the wall. Alright, so I need metal scrap. I don't really care about the synthetics, I'm just grabbing because they're here. It sounds like I need more turbines for lift. Okay. So it needs 35 metal and 5 electric scrap.
Printing completed.
Okay, we got nothing useful below us.
Hydration levels is increasing.
Yeah, so it looks like while I can get away without... Take Led Zeppelin. Alright. Sure, why not? Okay, so let's see. So I'm missing metal for another turbine. I kind of would like to get that solved before we take off, and the reason for that is I still think we're at a height that we're going to take all sorts of damage if I start flying around, so I would really like to be able to get over it so we stop taking damage. Which I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a boundary, that like, as you get farther from the center, the altitude that stuff is higher, so you have to make your ship able to go higher. Or if it just happens to be this spot was that way. Come on, metal. There you go. Come on. Alright, so let's make our next turbine. I'm gonna need to make a storage container. So you see this oxygen tank, but is that for going down in the dust? Because I don't seem to have an oxygen gauge or anything implying oxygen's a problem yet. And one would assume something would cause it to be a problem. Oh, come on, build that.
Printing completed.
Alright, so we can take our big old turbine.
Maximum flight altitude increased.
Yep, that's practical. Put all the turbines on one ship and the engine on the other. Alright, let's get another moth ready on the lure. So I can get her food ready. So that one, interestingly, still has a red down. Oh, it's... well, no, I don't know why that has a red down arrow versus that one has a blue. Because the red down arrow implies it's below us.
Printing completed.
Make ourselves dinner. Okay, you already reset yourself back to speed. I probably need a second water bottle. I need storage. I need everything. One thing I need is more room. More room is kind of the immediate thing I want more of. Oh, good. I feel like I can actually walk around in here now. Oh, you know what's probably really good? We should make a ladder.
Immunity is decreasing to 0%.
if I make a ladder for all this, so we can grab you, put you in there. Pacing is healthy. Yeah, pacing feels pretty good. If I put a ladder sticking down below here, and then I have a catwalk with my disassembly, whatever that thing is, that'll go real well for us being able to disassemble stuff with a wider range than I'm able to do. Versus right now I have just like kind of stuck off the side. Alright. Gonna take some minor engine damage going down into this, I believe, if I'm understanding this, because like we're going down into the moths. Oh, here. Before we go and pull up that way, I've got... that lined up just to tear apart some walls for some metal.
Hydration level is decreasing.
The rate you need food and water, this is a little annoying. It's not like bad. It just seems like I fairly constantly am like, oh, gotta get my water sorted. Can I put that in my bar? I cannot. So I wonder what you do. Well, it's probably got to get that exclamation mark to keep being distracted by stuff. That's real life lightning I'm hearing. I was there's like, oh man, that lightning is intense in the game. It's like, oh wait, never mind. Take a poster of Join Project Oxygen. Heck yeah. Yeah, no, I need to make it wider as well. I've been mostly having the deck be the wider. But yeah, no, I'm thinking about going back here and then making it a little bit wider back here. Keeping the narrow profile in the front so I can put the decking out here for whatever tools I gotta shove off the sides. I haven't been doing enough of it. Okay, so let's grab our poster. Ah, perfect. Just so we don't have to worry about being able to see anything at all. It's also interesting that I cannot put it on these. Wait, are these solid? They are not solid. Oh, that is important information that I wish I had earlier. Hang on. So I've been sitting here with these open frames that could have walked out on any time. Moment please. Let's go ahead and look at our windows. I was wondering why, glass for plastic wall. At least the visibility was good. Oh, you must be the equipment it's complaining about. I'm assuming we will get glass walls and all that. And this is solid, right? Okay. Alright. The back I'm leaving open for right now because I intend of expanding back there. We're just not quite there yet. So our next destination is to our right.
Research finalized.
We have an unload location. If I go forward right now, I'll be in the debris field and take damage. Just the way the batteries kind of go squish is so weird to me. I need way more metal. Alright, so we're gonna go down here. The game could certainly use more music. I know. The interesting thing is I can turbine up and down even without fuel, which is pretty cool. So that way if you had yourself in a bad position, you could still change orientation and that kind of thing. I do appreciate that.
Printing completed.
And also because you can like reconfigure where things are. It also helps. It probably said insert music here. Yeah, so that might be what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the audio. I'm just going to kill their music for now. Because it has music, but it's been kind of coming and going type thing. I really like that I put this along the front here. Because it does make it so...
Decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
It does make it so I can hit most of the surfaces on these things without having to move. Alright, let's land.
Warning. Low.
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started.
The tower
Analysis
using...
completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
Okay. Towers used to maintain communication between distance points. They also helped airships safely navigate through space. A potential source of basic resources, such as device blueprints, the tower is overgrown by mysterious plants from under the dust. Huge leaves have replaced platforms. Vines have overgrown. Okay. What? Oh, we actually have like a list of things to scan. Okay. They're looking for a wrecked tool charger, thick creepers, and bruise flowers. I have a pretty strong feeling one of these is going to give us this kind of disease. Thick creepers. A climber that's very thick and tough stem. Growing block the passage. Source of valuable material. So, basically I need to cut it. I wonder how often they're expecting me to damage my ship that every one of these we go to is just full of repair kits. Wrecked tool charger uses solid-state batteries to charge basic tools. I will say, if you have a fear of heights, this game is not going to be a good time for you. I would like off the ladder, please. Alright, I guess we're jumping. How badly could gravity hurt? Yeah, it's fine. A fragile decorative plant, this species was thought to be extinct. Admit it, when you hopped down, I kind of clenched. It was like, unfortunately, I just... Oh, this feels safe. Oh, you take a spot? Well, I'm not gonna go for the second one. Oh, you do not move. Okay. It is one of those games that when you start a movement in a jump, it does nothing. Well, I see there's actual fruit in there, but it's giving the icon of a knife, and I don't have one of those. Alright, so I need to make a storage box. So we will make a storage box first. We can make a knife if I had polymer, which I have not seen. I've also not seen energy crystal. I also have not seen lobster chili. I need more helium to do that stuff.
Printing completed.
Alright, can you make... So polymer isn't one of these things that we can do. We can make plastic scrap out of synthetics, which fortunately I have a ton of. I am glad that there isn't like an electricity stat I have to keep track of or whatever. Can I boil you by chance? Alright, I'm gonna boil the flour and see what happens.
Printing completed.
Alright, so... Well, we saw the vegetables in there. I don't have polymer, nor do I know where to get it. Okay, so that gives me different types. There's towers with an X, there's towers with just a ball on the top, and then there's towers with a plant. Where I want the plant ones. I do have one of the exclamation marks kind of to my left, about 90 degrees. Let's see what we can find over here. That might be it there.
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
Alright, so we're at maximum altitude. So it looks like I'll probably need another turbine before we get there. Okay, so what do you do now that I've cooked you? You give me more energy. Fair enough. So we got ourselves some stimulants now so I can just avoid sleeping in the future. Let's put one of the batteries in here, the first aid kits, the spare water bottles. A bunch of these repair kits because I have an obnoxious number of them. And I think that'll do for the moment. Got decent enough metals. Let's turn a little bit, make sure we're clear. Alright, so we can go to rooms. How am I doing in my other resources? Did I grab my water back out of there? I have 1 dose of water left, so let's go ahead and drink that. And grab that water. We can put it there. Our engines are out of fuel again. Okay, so we still have 1 of these left, so let's put that in the condenser. Biomass fuel. Okay. Just trying to get our synthetics up again. I've been using a lot of them. Yeah, this is the one thing I hope that there is a way to improve its efficiency, is a collection of the polymers and the metal. Like, it's not bad. I'm not upset with it. But, like Raft, where you get the nets later, I'm hoping they have something like either that this auto targets and whatever. It's just really inefficient. So instead where I can just go through and plow one after the other, it just very slowly does it. Or even like a netting system as well. And it could even be that the catch is I can dip down here to collect stuff, but it means I'm also in it, so I start taking damage. Like, I don't mind there being a negative as well. Did I already get fuel? I need more than that.
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
Okay.
Printing completed.
All right. Yeah, so the big thing I've noticed is when it comes to jumping in this game, it is not like so many games you can kind of change your speed and orientation that while you're jumping. So when I wasn't moving very fast forward and I jumped, I did not move, and it panicked me for just a moment. Making ourselves some dinner. Okay, so can't put it there. Oh, weight limit reached.
A storm is coming.
The storm's coming. I'd really like to get here. Because it mentioned you'll get hit if you're the highest altitude thing nearby. So if I can get to this left platform here, which I believe I can drop to, I should be able to do so with that. This seems like a pretty large base to go to this time. Could you calm down, Storm?
uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started. Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
That's interesting. I don't really know why I'd want to be up top there. But yeah. Because I like the overall premise of the game, so not Raft vibes. But in a positive sense. Yeah, no, I'm digging the aspects of the game. Alright, look. I'm gonna need you to calm down out there. Alright, I was hoping closing the door to make it a little quieter. Hey. Nature. I need you to tone it down, okay? Mother Nature's all like, I'm supremely powerful. You need to respect me. Meh, 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 meh. You know what, Mother Nature? I'ma sleep it off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna fully ignore you and go to bed. That's right. Who's the tougher one now? Oh, I guess you're still storming, so maybe you are the tougher one. Glass floor. So I want a glass wall, is what I want. Oh, yeah. Glass floor is going to be super upsetting to walk around with. Oh, that is uncomfortable. I don't have enough glass. I will absolutely do it when I have a little bit more glass. Just looking out the bottom of your ship and be like, mm-hmm. This is a good feeling. I have to empty it first.
Maximum flight speed reduced.
So for the moment,
Maximum flight speed increased.
I'll just shove that back there. Let's get these turbines moved. So turbines I don't need to interact with in any way I'm noticing. So what I'd like to do is get you out of here.
Maximum flight speed reduced. Maximum flight altitude increased. Maximum flight altitude reduced.
I wish I knew if those turbines were solid to walk on. I need to test that. I'm going to test it right now. Because if it is, they'd actually make...
Flight altitude increased.
Not really.
Hydration level
They
is
are
decreasing.
collidable,
Flight altitude
but they don't
reduced.
seem like they could stand down, at least easily and safely. Would you... I know I'd like to place it on my airship. I wonder if there will be something to see below the glass floors or just get yourself spooked. I don't know. Oh, I see. Can I change the orientation of this somehow? Look, game, I really don't want to walk any farther this way if I don't have to. I just want to put it on this side. Yeah. Oh, that put the engine back on.
Maximum flight speed increased.
Oh, those boxes are not big. Yeah, it's weirdly not accepting as placed on my ship. That's fine, whatever for the moment.
Maximum flight altitude increased.
That'll do for right now. I'm being too distracted by it. I'm wasting all of my food and water by standing around here trying to position things. Okay. So this seems to be a sizable area with both an up and a down to it. So I'm going to start with up. Because unfortunately my ship can't fly high enough until I get more turbines. It doesn't tell me what it is you're considering having me drink. But I don't think I want to take my chances drinking whatever that is. Because that straight up looks like antifreeze. Oh good, a whole lot of epoxy. Oil barrel filled with plant. Okay, so you can make plant-derived oil. That's curious. There's polymer for making my stabby stab. Oh, I see. So I got a second bottle and I'm filling it up with the oil. No idea if I want that oil for anything yet. Obviously I'll need it for something at some point. Alright, so getting plenty of oil, polymer, epoxy. I forgot. If you're not moving, your jump does like nothing. Okay, so we need a knife to get into there. Looks like it's going to be the same up top. So I should have what I need to make the knife. So let's drop back. That scared me. Let's drop back down here. Make my knife. And once I have the knife, I'll start poking around in that area. Alright, so was this to research a knife? So let's use a polymer to research polymer. That said crossbow with crossbow bolts. Why am I going to need a crossbow?
Research finalized.
Well, I think it's safe to say we're going to be killing something in this game. Hey, Hawk, how's it going?
Research finalized.
We have a large bottle. Let's make the knife first. Don't forget to drink the good green juice. It's good for you. I feel a certain level of confidence that I do not want to drink the green goo. A large bottle where I can hold more water. That'll be nice.
Hydration level is decreasing.
Your hydration level is decreasing.
Research finalized.
Maybe you've had to do tow hook something to grapple? Maybe. Alright, so I've got all that. An automated insect catcher. Yes, please, thank you. First of the automation to be happening.
Research finalized.
Alright, I still need to set that, don't I? So you need plastic scrap. I should have what I need to make some plastic scrap here. I do not. I'm not at an angle I can see any of the points that I can tear apart. Yeah, so we can make a knife if I can get some more synthetic. So now we've got this hooked up. We're gonna turn. As much as I can. Back up. Put it back down. And we will see if now I can hit any of these walls. Come on. I realized I probably just needed a more turbines to get higher. Get a much better angle at this. I think that's about the best we're gonna do from down here. Alright, that's fine. The downside is, I don't think that gave me any synthetics, did it? No. I might be able to get some of these synthetics over here. Now let's go nudge our nose out over that way.
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
If I can get enough synthetics real fast. Then
Calories level is decreasing.
we can go ahead and get this knife made. I don't think I have a bunch of food ready, do I? No, not really. And what do I need for the knife again? Need one more plastic. That requires 30. I'm at 21. Come on. I'm trying not to have to leave the platform, but it's looking more and more like I'm gonna have to do that. It looks like most of the synthetics are below us. Okay, let's grab our little repair kit, because apparently I nicked the corner of my ship. There we go. Hey JD, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Just need a little bit more synthetic. Oh, come on. We just had some here visible a moment ago. There we go. Alright, and that's enough. I'm not going to worry about trying to get as much as we can. So let's make our knife real fast. Right, I needed plastic to make that. I assume we can't fly? We can. I'm just low on fuel and I'm being stubborn. Okay.
Printing completed.
There, I got my stabby knife. I'm gonna need a little bit more fuel. Or synthetic, sorry. To make fuel. And I need to be hurrying because I don't have food right now. But the thought of an auto lure is pretty tempting. I got a nice little bunch of synthetic coming here, so I can just collect it while it's right there. Okay. So I need you to make synthetic fuel, and that way we can leave when we're ready. This is sticking off. I wonder if I can actually... Let's just deal with the food. So we can raise this up a little. I don't have a lure at all. Alright, I need to make a lure. That's deeply concerning. Let's go to you and drop more fuel in you. Gotta get ourselves a little buggy snacky snack. Alright. Just getting the food so we don't starve while we're in here, because it looks like a pretty big location. And I've learned my lessons from both Subnautica and Raft of, you know, not having quite what I need, going someplace and be like, what are you? A dust lettuce? Whatever you are, I'm gonna eat you. As soon as we restock our water. So boil myself some nice dust lettuce. This view though? Yep. Like, there's a certain beauty to the nightmare dust moth whatever is going on down there. Alright. I kind of regret grabbing that oil. A product catering for catering and industrial use machines. Alright, come on. Because I want to eat her dust lettuce, and then we'll put the dust moth in there. Okay, so we can... That didn't give me as much as I was hoping, so we're gonna eat the dust moth next. That's fine. Did we already unlock the automatic thing? No. We saw something about an automatic insect lure. Not there. There we go. Now we're fed and we can get back to it. Okay. We drank it, it gave us hydration, it was terrible. There we go. Okay, well, we got through that. That's the thing to be taken apart. Alright, so I want us to find another overgrown location. We got canola, we got patat, which I'm assuming is a potato. Its venom is dangerous, stimulating effect in human pro. Look. Can we be cool for a minute? No. No full inventory. We got some biomass. I'm gonna drop the 2 metal. So I took the patat. Interestingly enough, I cannot scan this. Okay, so grass is biomass. I'm not gonna go poke that thing because I don't really care. It seems to be over there minding its business. So it gets to live as long as it continues to mind its business. The moment it starts making its business my business, then it dies. The patat minus 10 health. Well, it's also a raw patat. Take poster about crossbreeding. I would like to take the picture of flowers. Just having the lounger facing off. I mean, you got the mounds out there. Just the lounger facing off into the dust-covered abyss. What am I seeing? Oh, less components. All right. Wait, a patat takes a full inventory tell? Game. So mean. Let's see, we can't run this laptop. I see electrical wires go up above it.
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
It's fine. Alright. Flowers breeding test result. The latest breeding shows strong positive reactions to pollution. After a few days of exposure to sulfates, it clearly flourishes. In contrast, it gradually dies in clean atmosphere. The side effect is unusual colors. We still have a lot of testing ahead of us before we can create a plant that purifies the atmosphere. However, we can give a little color to this gray, sad reality. Neat. Find surface list location. Oh, but I want the battery back. All right. So now I need to find the underdust location. Can I move that engine now? I'd like to move that engine now. Okay. Unique insect lure. Alright. I have too many different materials on me. So it looks like the potato goes bad. But if I can get a canola flower, I can get a unique thing. Alright, well, I'm having a boiled potato. That's just what we're doing with our life. I'm going back up for that canola flower. I don't want to, because it's a hike. But they've already demonstrated that I'm going to have a new recipe from that. I can make more storage. What are you? A green colander. Filters water from air. Advised to boil before consumption. Hey. I don't see how I get in there.
Caution. A storm is coming.
No. I don't want a storm to be coming. I'm pretty sure I'm too far up. Potatoes and canola is actually 100% essential fatty. Yep. So far I haven't had any recipe options that involve combining ingredients. Okay, so I can't carry more. It's such a weird decision that like the flowers and all that just don't stack at all, so you carry like one potato at a time, that kind of thing. All right. So with that, though, I can go over here. Filtering bottle. A bottle equipped with a filter that purifies contaminated water. Oh, that just makes my water purify. Would you calm down?
Research finalized.
Yeah, so you require glass. Does a bottle auto-filter water like UV? We have no idea.
Maximum flight altitude reduced. Maximum flight altitude increased.
Alright, so next objective wants me to make my way forwards over there. We're gonna wait till the storm dies down a little bit. Oh yeah, consumed boiled potato. Alright. Take ourselves a quick nap here. Oh right, that's right. I've got my drinks right here because I'm avoiding soda because I'm trying to be better about my decisions. Yes, I'm just refilling my drink while it's storming outside in the game. Then we'll carry on to our next destination. Things are pretty good so far. I don't know if it... So, like, Raft has a certain charm to it that I don't really feel like this game has, which is fine. It seems fun enough. I am curious about more of what we got going on. This early access, so it's probably one of those things that, like Raft, you end up getting the story permadeath game. You can choose to play it permadeath. I am not currently playing permadeath, but you can turn on permadeath at the hardest difficulty. Since we're new to the game and I don't really know much about it, I'll usually always play those kind of games at whatever their normal, defaults, recommended, whatever you want to call it. Whatever feels like the intended baseline difficulty is. Because some games go out of their way to try and be as sweaty and difficult as possible, while other games, they try and be more, more chill, leisurely, that kind of thing, that you can then advance to harder difficulties if you so choose. Alright, so one of the things it told me is to go to one of these towers. Alright, well that's doing that. Okay. Basically, it feels kind of the same thing as Raft does as a game. Short railing. I don't see how I get it to go the other way, though. There we go. Alright. Not Subnautica? I mean, that's the thing. It's got a little bit of all of that. I mean, because you look at Raft and Subnautica and the big difference between them is Raft is you're centered around one little point that is a mobile base, whereas Subnautica you do make a main base that you do have ships on. And don't get me wrong, you can get the big submarine that serves this purpose. But for all purposes, I have this little base that is my existence in this game. We've seen no implications that I can make a permanent structure or anything like that. But I think it's those things that like all of those games share a lot of overlap. Not in a bad way, just they kind of hit a lot of the same beats.
Warning, low altitude.
Alright, so I need a new coil for that, don't I? Alright, to-do list.
Printing completed.
Oh, I don't actually need to go lower. That's fine, we're here. We'll just grab what we can supply-wise. There's stuff I should be leaving here. What did you need? A unit of glass. Oh, might actually be able to get a unit of glass right now.
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
That's probably what I needed. Alright, so I cleared up a couple spots of inventory space.
Research finalized.
Wait. So I researched the self-cleaning bottle. Is it just all the bottles are now self-cleaning? Because I don't get the option of making one here that I see. It'd be on this one, but I just have large and small. Yep, I don't know. I might have like another building to make that then lets me upgrade stuff. Like we don't know yet. Yeah, so this is what I'm at right now is I'm trying desperately to make room for stuff. Because I do believe I have a recipe for those two. We'll drop one biomass here. I'll grab you. Okay. I want to say... So you need 2 bruised flowers and that. I've got to make more storage. We're just...
Immunity is decreasing.
It's getting worse and
Diseases
worse.
might become more severe.
You just take a ton of mats? No. It's just they're very small. We also don't have anything like an auto stacking or any type of functionality. Which is functionality I wish more and more games would include, is that you treat everything, especially like Raft and those where you have like one area, that they would treat this all like one big storage, and you could have it separated and organized that way or whatever. Alright, so you cannot stack through anything like that, that's fine. But we can put the biomass in here, put the spare battery and the plant oil in there. The helium fuel can go there for right now. We'll leave the rest alone for the moment. Top off our water. Let me get the 2 bruised whatever flowers. Okay. But yeah, so it's, and this is early access, so again, it's something that they might be adding. Did I already go up here? I don't remember if we did. I don't think we did. We did not.
Hydration level is decreasing.
Okay. I wouldn't be going anywhere in this situation without some type of like safety tether or harness or something. I would have a tether attached to this, and I wouldn't be willing to give it up until I could tether to the next point. With all this like wind rushing around and the endless nightmare abyss of death below us, I would 100% be like, nope, safety harness is not an option. Okay.
Research finalized.
No, yeah, once you're done, I'd rather swim. Yeah, that was the thing I made the comment with earlier, was just like, okay, I didn't mean to make that, but it's made, so whatever. Can't cancel it, can I? No.
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
And I'm just gonna leave that saying note. If you don't know what that means, that's on you. Alright, so we need the crystals, the circuit board, and that. I can make a circuit board here if I get the materials. I also don't understand we had unlocked a... Oh, you don't even need circuit... Yeah, I just need more plastic scrap. Alright, either way. So my next destination is slightly off left. I am really curious about the tangly vines up ahead. Let's actually just go towards our next objective. Goes 2 inches, immediately runs out of fuel. It's fine. Hey, Red Hawk Black Sheep. Oh, right, we got more stuff up here. Let me go ahead and get you a shout out real fast. For those who don't know, Red Hawk Black Sheep, fantastic content creator on the platform, does lots of projects on Blade among other things, so check that all out. Can you go below the green clouds? I do not believe so. I already got a warning when I went down to the last platform. It's like, you know, low altitude warning or whatever. But yeah, so I just remembered we saw this. We had the inventory, our to-do list, which was to reach the exclamation mark. We had blueprints. Ah, so we have recipes, other materials we can make. Upgrade station, which we haven't seen. Studies, which is telling us there's more things to be found in the world. So this is interesting. So this is implying I go to the different types of farm, wind, radio, and and we can find stuff. I thought I saw somewhere else. Yeah, so we have the upgrade station. I don't think we've seen an upgrade station being able to be made. Maybe I find it here? No. This cool. Reminds you of Subnautica? Yeah, it's something like sort of Subnautica, sort of Raft, somewhere in that general area. Alright, so we can go ahead and make... I don't know what the little arrow means either in that. Let's refuel. Let's lower our lure. Get ourselves a nice good moth for dinner. Change our heading, not slam into that building. Come on. Oh ho ho. Get ourselves a nice moth dinner. Alright. Fix our heading. I believe that's our destination, that tower out there in the distance. Boiled moth. Are those orange swirls birds? No, those are moths. So look here, little friend here. That's what they are.
Hydration level is decreasing.
Alright, so this is like the raft equivalent of having the hook.
Risk of starvation.
Doesn't look like be that much of them. The world's been like overcome with like dust due to some event I don't really know what is. So it's just kind of that type thing going on. All right, so you got that. Get the next moth boiling. Alright, I gotta refuel. Alright, let's move you. I still really need to actually put walls in here. I was just really hoping for glass walls. Because we could do some glass walls, that'd be pretty good. We also need to get you built, which is going to require more plastic.
Printing completed.
And there's some more boiled moth. Alright, so we go here and I make more plastic.
Printing completed.
Right, it's printing fuel. Alright, so that I can make a rain catcher. This is gonna be terrifying. Oh, right. It has to finish printing. It's just in my information. Yeah, the game is pretty.
Printing completed.
It's definitely not a game to play if you have a fear of heights, is what I will say. I'm doing pretty good, Darkstrider. Alright, we're repositioning. Okay, so let's see here. So, the water purifier is fine. I'd like to get the large bottle, but I don't have the polymer. We already have our storage thing. More engines just mean more things for me to refuel. I honestly don't feel a need I want to do that right now. And I can't expand my ship if I bring this up. I'm at 488 out of 500 weight that the ship can handle. So, that is what it is. It's artillery. Listen, if any of my time in the end has taught me on this, I can manage to work under the fear of heights. Alright, so this is this building. We'll dock where we can figure out to dock. I don't have the polymer for that. There's something else I needed. Oh, right. I need a control circuit. That's right.
Printing completed.
Oh. I probably need more turbines to get higher. Because that all looks empty down there, versus looks like all the important stuff's up here. But I'm at maximum altitude I can handle right now. Let's stop here. Grab more supplies. Yeah, I guess not a whole lot. Hopefully not our blimp Zeppelin thing. That'd be bad. Alright, yes, this is what I want the circuit board for, is a tool charger, which I probably need because I have tools right about to run out of charge. So let's keep that moving.
Printing completed.
Alright, that should do it. I need more polymer, or not polymer, synthetic. Okay. So grab you, make a circuit board,
Printing completed.
go to research, and now I'm out of copper. Alright, well that sucks. In the meantime,
Hydration level is decreasing.
bottle of dirty water, put up here.
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started. Analysis completed. No unidentified objects were detected.
Okay, so I have nothing to scan here is what it was telling me. Give me the turbines so I can go up better.
Printing completed.
And you're still filtering the water. Expand airship balloon. Use the airship builder to expand the balloon. Oh, is this gonna be like actually really easy? No, I need helium, and I don't really know where I can find more. Not enough lift, so I physically can't put that on, unless I can get more helium. So I can't lose any of these parts right now, really.
Immunity is decreasing. Diseases might become more severe.
So to shove the turbine in there for right now. Is there anywhere I think I can get in at this place? Let's look at it. So that seems to be the main column for all of this. There doesn't seem to be another landable point that's this low. It does seem like my answer is I have got to make room for the turbine. Which is a problem because that turbine out there, I don't think I can get over to anymore. Wait, yeah, I can.
Maximum flight altitude reduced. Maximum flight altitude increased.
I don't think that'll work, but that's fine. Okay, so we remove those two pieces. I assume we get some of the supplies back? I don't know. Hey, Pay Simplex. Hope all's well. Alright, now the risky thing of trying to shove this somewhere out here without falling off. Because it's like Raft, except for if you fall off, you die. I hate all this, please. I need a position where I can get out far enough to places. And yes, I know I can probably just go back to where I came from.
Immunity is decreasing. Maximum
There.
flight altitude increased.
Perfect. So that's our new maximum altitude, but that should be workable. I think my best bet is gonna be lined up to this wall. I don't think I'm gonna be able to dock in this case. What are you seeing down there? Oh, just debris. Actually, let's circle around. That back area might have a platform. Because I can't go there, but that other wall there, I might be able to get close enough to hop across back and forth. I don't know what that tether's about. That's curious.
A storm is coming.
No. Oh, I could dock here. Alright, can we drop off more that we don't need? Let's drop off a stack of the metal. Calm down, weather. No one asked for it. Alright, so burn some materials there as well. Got that. Food's not going great, but that's okay. Let's see. True value. People bring me what they call useless. I prove them wrong. There is a purpose for everything. Sometimes all that's needed is the right person. You'll see such junk and call it treasure. All I do is connect people with the correct items for a small fee, and the rest of the garbage I just tinker with. Calm down, game. Alright, Sweater Silver. We've been out a good lurk.
New radio message received.
Get to laboratory. Use the airship builder to expand the balloon. Explore the area under the dust. Find the surface location. It's literally right here. Why are you giving me lockers? Let's just go ahead and put all of our worldly possessions, other than our water, in these. Consider it a hunch. Use an organic printer.
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started. Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
Warning, entering into toxic zone.
That's an energy crystal. That's all the things we needed. Requires a crystal battery. Unfortunately, my scanner is out of... Could you...
Oxygen level is low.
What? How much is this game? I do not know. The devs are kind enough to have given me a key, so I haven't had to figure that all out. So you have an organic med kit. You can make crossbow bolts. Oh, synthetic can make an empty bottle. So let's not get too far in here just yet. I need to get my equipment recharger built so that way I can recharge my scanner, because I have a feeling we're going to scan a heck of a lot down there. I was actually a bit surprised they have you go underneath this whole thing. I kind of thought I was going back for more like the Raft thing where you can kind of dive a little bit, but not really that much. So to already be at a point where I can just kind of like huck myself under the ocean is a little surprising for me. The big thing it looks like it's going to be my limitation is finding helium. Okay. Upgraded tool charger. Right, I didn't have copper. A crystal battery. Fine. I'd come here expecting to be able to tool charge. It seems like what's going to actually happen is I'm going to have to make a new scanner. I left all my stuff in the containers down there. Alright, well, we'll just have to go back down. But first, I take a second, scooch on out of here. Get ourselves more food. Come on. What is that symbol that's flashing on the right side of the scan icon? The symbol that is flashing on the right side of the scan icon.
Hydration level is decreasing.
I'll have to check in a minute. Yeah, so just need way more helium. That's what I gotta figure out is a good source for helium. Because I found things that use helium, but I'm just going to random islands and grabbing it. I haven't figured out, which might just be what I have to do. Is I just have to go to random islands and look for helium. All right. Alright, food. A bitter tasting fruit that can be harmful to your health contains anti-fever substances. We did get crossbow bolt. Alright. Yeah, so the bummer is I need to make a replacement scanner since I can't recharge it. And actually, I don't even think I have a spare battery anymore. Oh no, I do have a spare battery. But since we got into this area, I haven't really seen much in the way of the smells on that. I can drink canned water. I probably have more canned water here I could just put. Put in there. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do real fast. So I'm gonna run down here. Oh, your stamina is so terrible in this game. Oh, right, because of sleep. My character needs to sleep. That's fine. We're gonna grab our stuff out of these bins. And we could use that to make some supplies and then have our character go to sleep. Yeah, so it seems to be like what I'm going to end up needing to do, and I haven't been doing this, is as I need different materials, there's the different towers. Go out of my way to visit those towers. Is there anything here? So I can't make the tool charger because I don't have the copper. I can't make the upgraded tool charger because I don't have the other supplies I need. I can't make the extractor. I can't do that. I can't do any of these. So like for that it's all no luck. What I can do is make our scanner, and for the moment take our current scanner and put it away for the time being. Go here and make another storage bin. Go to sleep.
Printing completed.
All right.
Hydration level is decreasing.
That does happen. All right. Drop the copper, the transformer, the epoxy, the electronics, epoxy metal. It's a start. We will go up top to see if our rain collector did anything, which I doubt it did, considering it is currently underneath the balloon. I guess it did. Alan asked how or why. Oh, right. I have to do... Okay. It collects 1 unit of water at a time, not a full bottle. It's fine. Just a little bit of unsafe water never hurt anyone. Except for when it did. That's especially when it did hurt someone. Alright, that's probably fine for right now. Yeah, there's a good chance I'm going to end up needing to do is we're going to end up needing to like leave this platform, go on to someplace else to grab some materials and come back. I don't think I'm going to worry about doing that. That's true. Okay. But it's been a fun game so far. I'm pretty sure that's a load screen.
Warning, entering into toxic zone.
Okay, I can kill it, but...
Warning, oxygen level is low.
Alright, so I'm going to start by taking a bunch of stuff and throwing it in here as we run around. So that way, I need to stop picking up these. Alright, I'll leave the rest on us. That way, as we go, we'll hopefully,
Warning, entering into toxic zone.
find more useful stuff. Okay, so you need a crystal battery, so I can't do anything with you.
Warning, oxygen level is low.
Replenishes oxygen reserves. Okay. I'm so close. If only I could somehow make those metal walls above disintegrate, They're too heavy to lift, and I can see there's something behind them.
Warning, oxygen level is critical. Warning, oxygen level is low.
It's fine. The game's all like, oh no, you're gonna die. It's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. We're just exercising our lungs, helping them get stronger so that they can hold more air in the future. That's what we're doing. Okay.
Warning, oxygen level is low.
All right. So we're getting a lot of goodies. Like a lot of goodies down here. But you haven't been finding that much polymer and plastics everywhere so far as volume. But, we're finding tons of good stuff, like transformers are supposed to be very rare. A bunch of other nonsense down here. Keep that on me. One of the rations, I guess.
Warning, entering into toxic zone.
There's a bunch of crystals over here. There's a ramp, there's a pipe. Okay, I see how I'm supposed to do that. So let's get back into our elevator to recover. Then we go through this door, up the stairs, and we can cross the pipe, and we get, I think, 2 more crystals. 3. Unrealistic breath-holding mechanic. Willfully overlooks all other aspects of the game. Well, the idea is I have some type of, like, oxygen canister or whatever.
Entering into toxic zone.
Okay, so we've got a lot of those crystals, which were one of the things we were hurting on. Considering we hadn't seen them until here before. So I think we're at the point of bringing these back up. Because without making the crystal battery or whatever, I'm not going to be making any progress down there. Okay. So what I'm probably going to have to do is, I believe it was copper wire I need, which I haven't seen down there. Craft the hand extractor and use it again to laboratory. Yeah, so I think it's one of those things that I'm going to end up having to do. Actually, I can. There's a hand extractor recipe. I do need a crystal battery.
Research finalized.
How do I get to play the game? I know for me personally, they have the key available for streamers to do all that kind of stuff. Is the game out or available yet? I know it's coming soon. Sorry, I'm not. Stop playing. Oh, come on, Steam. I don't know if you all were hearing that or it's just me, but you probably all heard it. So it looks like in 1 day, 16 hours, the game will be available for purchase on Steam. But yeah, the devs gave me a key.
Printing completed.
Did I not put that in the title? Let me do that. Thanks. That's not what I need. Thanks for the key, devs. I forgot that the other day I've been doing so many, like, the collections of demos and everything. I had my title as just like a catch-all of, hey, all of these games came from dev keys. Which I don't have, like, an obligation to share that I got a key, but I usually try to. Extractor. So I need a transformer, and would you believe... Didn't I have a transformer down there? Wait a second. There it is. Hear me out, game. Look, I can't help it my greed is this way. If anyone's really the one at fault for this, it's you, game. You're the one who gives me all these things. Alright.
Printing completed.
Okay, cool. Can we make the recharger? Yeah, so you see stuff like this, where it has a little arrow. Oh, it's just the highlighting. My mind was seeing stuff that wasn't there. Did I not have what I need for the... Oh, no, we don't. Right, that's what it's saying is I'm probably going to have to go for copper wire. Alright, but first of all, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take... the timing kind of sucks. I'm gonna put it off. I started going, it's like, I'm going to take, you know, my quick food break or whatever. Like restroom break. Well, I'm sorry. My brain is combining about 30 different thoughts that don't necessarily go together. Alright, so I need to get dirty water, which means I need a condenser. Our synthetic material, which will be in here somewhere. Or I'm completely out. That's fine. I need to get the, Yeah, I need to get synthetic wire. So I have to come back to this. So go over here. All right. Man, I got a key from the devs. Creators on the platform, once you get like decent viewership and all that kind of stuff, you can usually request keys from different groups. Some will, some won't. Some have different criteria of what they consider enough. Oh yeah, no, the only thing I'm looking at, Kitty Cartel, is like pretty soon I need to take a restroom break or whatever. And I'm also looking at, I'm going to end up needing to take a break here in about 30 minutes regardless. So it's kind of one of those things of, I don't want to go onto a break to turn around and go onto a break kind of thing, because the second break is time relevant. Okay, so I can make my large bottle. Probably not what it should be focused on, but I'm going to do it anyways. Boiled ration. Be still my heart. As for risque pictures of Tez. For the record, I do not. But it's just a thing. Like, don't get me wrong. This channel isn't huge, so there's a number of times that devs decide my channel's not big enough to warrant giving a key. Which I always felt was a weird stance. Like, I can't imagine they think they're going to lose that many sales to individual streamers wanting to play your game. Compared to, even if you have a smaller channel that's got, say, like, a dozen viewers or something like that, like a fairly small channel. Like, if even one of them buys the game who wasn't going to buy it otherwise, you made your money back. So I always found it just a weird choice. Kind of wish I could queue up more than one thing there.
Printing completed. Printing completed.
Yeah, so there's something off left as well. But yeah, it's listing that's like, okay, you can get this stuff here and that stuff there. Now, I will say, so far, and this is probably just an early access thing, so far, I feel very little attachment to the story to speak of. Yeah, they got these little notes that you read and all that kind of stuff. That's not what I wanted to do. But, like, I haven't had any of the notes I'm like, oh man, that is a compelling story that I'm super excited to read about. They just kind of allude to the whole, whatever's happened here, that this virus got out, that there's the dust, and it's dangerous to be below it, and it's, you know, it's world building, it's not bad. I don't know. It's just one of those stories I didn't really jump down. Yeah, that's what I was saying, is it's, right now it's mechanics, and so far it feels good. I think the thing I gotta work on right now is where I go to find helium, which I think will be one of these types of, like, I think what happens is you have your, like, 3 or 4 different types of towers. And I think those 3 or 4 different types of towers, like, there's gonna be the one that has a lot of copper, there's gonna be one that has, like, helium. That's the way it seems. What's your impression about the game? Like, bugs, problems, stuck? Is it playable? Yes. It is playable. I can't speak for how much is here yet. I've only been playing for a couple of hours. And I've been enjoying what I've enjoyed so far. It's early access, to be clear, but I can't think of any bugs I've run into whatsoever, good, bad, or otherwise. Like, I've had a good time with that. The story's kind of not really there yet, at least for me personally. But I don't think it's like a hugely problematic thing. It's early access. But to be fair, if we're comparing it against, for example, Raft. Like, Raft is another one that I enjoy the game, but, like, the story got better, but the original days of Raft, where it had some story, it was just not even barely there.
Risk of dehydration.
Oh, hey, I really have a need for a drinky drink. Raft had the same story? Not really. Like, this one's all about how this, like, virus took over and all that. I mean, there's still just excuses as why the world is, like, uninhabitable kind of thing. But then that'd be saying, like, the same, like, any apocalyptic game has basically the same story, or any, you know, first-person shooter has the same story, that kind of thing. Not first-person shooter, that's unfair. Like, this, any Call of Duty or whatever has the same story. Which they kind of do. What? Ah, oh, sweet helium. So I need to make my, my thing bigger. Yeah, so it seems like the wind power plants are where you go to, get copper. We're also finding helium in these. But functionally, it does have a lot of similarities with Raft, like... Oh, inventory soul? Man. There we go. I wanted the windows earlier. Because I figured there had to be. For as beautiful as they made the world, I was like, there's no way that they don't make it so you can, like, you know, put windowed walls. That's fine. I got the important stuff I wanted, which was the copper and the helium. I also got a new pattern. Anything here that's picking up for me to scan? Let's see. I love the way it looks and feels. I can't wait to play. Yeah, no, I'm definitely enjoying it. To be clear, I am having a good time. Oh, the jumping, you cannot change trajectory in the air, just to be clear. So if you start a jump that you don't have forward momentum, you're not going to get any forward momentum. So if you do like that the little baby hippity hoppy to jump near a platform's edge, you're watching yourself fall. We've only died once, and that was basically what happened. Is I was expecting to be able to get a little bit more movement forward than I could, and I just kind of like did the sad little jump and just immediately fell. That's fine. No one wanted those silly calories anyways. What was I even making here? I was making the recharging station. Noah's researching it. Alright. Did you lose your inventory when you died? So there's difficulties. On easy, you lose nothing. We're on normal, you lose 20% of your basic materials, but your advanced materials are safe. On hard, you lose 50% of your advanced materials too. And then permadeath, I mean, you understand permadeath as a concept. Okay, so need the transformers. Do I seriously not have another transformer? Please. I wish inside my ship that I could craft from Storge.
Diseases might become more severe.
Because like these storage containers are honestly pretty useless. I shouldn't say they're useless. They're so incredibly small. I'm gonna go on their Discord and complain about the lack of storage. Why don't you extend the ship? The reason I'm not extending the ship is there is a limit on how big your ship can be based on the balloon above it, and I had to get more helium. I will be extending my ship, but I had to get helium first, which is what we just got right there. And now I'm being overwhelmed by inventory woes. The thing I like more than anything is, one, make the storage a bit bigger, which it does look like we will get bigger ones, which is fine if that is the case. And two, when I'm here and I'm on my ship, it should consider the materials not only in my inventory, but anywhere in my ship. And if you want, make it a toggleable setting or whatever. But that has become something that I have grown to like in so many games that when it's missing, I find it frustrating. Because it is just tedious to sit there and be like, which box did I put everything in? And then you'll be in a hurry because like it's a survival game and you're starving or whatever the immediate concern is. And so then you're like trying to figure it out and all that. It just ends up becoming a frustration thing. Yeah. And to be able to be like, you just, when you're in your ship, say, put this in similar. That if there is a box you already have that has space, and you can put it there, it'll put it there. And that's just quality of life stuff. I know people who's like, oh, you want baby autoplay games. Like, no, I want to spend my time playing the fun parts of the game and not inventory management, unless the inventory management is the core mechanic of the game, which exists. But this isn't one of those. Alright. So you need the copper wire that I need for other things for this. Don't love to see it. Inventory management is the bane of your existence. Yeah, there are games that it's like it's very genuinely that is the idea behind the game. I just click it apparently. And just like that, I can make it bigger. Inventory management is such a BS in so many survival games. Yeah. Alright, do I have a box of synthetics in here? Like, I get the idea of, like, carry weight and that kind of stuff. Like, that they're intended that you can't run in and grab all the things. So you have to be like, alright, what are the things I actually want? And that can be fine. Again, if that's supposed to be the main consideration I'm supposed to be dealing with at a given moment, sure. Yeah, the strongness is I'm always the guy that has that one obscure item from 30 hours ago. It turns out to be crucial for something. But I'm also the guy who constantly has to min-max weight and reorganize. I can't move properly. I need to turn the ship. Of course, that changes course. Yeah, it got extreme at how far left they can aim. Turn us into the wind and lower a little bit. So it can aim at it regardless of where they are. So that's interesting. I'm looking down at that wind turbine that's not part of one of the stops we're at. And it still has the copper there. So that's an interesting note that we're looking at all these towers and wreckages down below. Even if it doesn't match the type, like or isn't part of a base or whatever, it's still usable. Okay, so I need food. So I need to make a lure.
Printing completed.
I kind of wish a bunch of these also where they have push, push, and hold as the only two. Path obstructed. Oh, I see. But, like stuff like that, instead of push, push to hold, push, push to hold, I wish they'd just allow me, like, just have it two different buttons as another option. Like, push, push to hold existing is fine. But, like, have, you know, E or F kind of thing. Oh, it was... Okay. It says waiting a transformer. I don't believe I can make a transformer, right? I can. Electrical elements. Alright, I also need to go here. And make a new one of those
Printing completed.
to get our water. Alright, so... yeah, because we saw a thing about the automatic insert thing, and I don't remember where we saw it. I think it was the upgrade station, but we've never seen an upgrade station. Alright, so you put you there.
Caution. A storm is coming.
Oh, that's not what we want. We had a warning that if we're the highest object in an area, we'll be the one hit by lightning. We also have a warning that if we go too low into the dust, our engines start taking a bunch of... Stop it. Our engines start taking a bunch of damage. So I think the lesson here is when I stop to do these crafting binges, I should probably do it at a station, or whatever these are, not out in the open. That way I don't end up having to scramble like this.
Ship's module critically damaged. Airship interior exposed. Crew's health at risk.
Ow. It said the airship was critically damaged. I don't love to hear that. I think we'll be in the clear here. So now we're by the big tower.
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started. Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring...
The screen shake I'm not super happy about. It said my ship was critically damaged. It'd also be nice if it was a little bit better indicator of what is and isn't damaged on your ship. Like, I notice when I bang into something, it sparks and smokes, but it seems to only happen with the hull itself. A lot of stuff like the engines, I'll be like, it took damage. It took damage. I'm like, but where's the damage? So they do have stuff like that, but that's stuff you kind of expect from an early access game. It's like little things like that. But it's not like a big deal breaker kind of problem in the game either. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I've been having a good time with the game and all that. I do think it has a very good progression so far as the pacing. The progression of the pacing is really good. The building of the airship is very satisfactory. I don't know what limitations it has. It's pretty clear with the hot air balloon where you just kind of click upgrade on, as opposed to putting your parts on everything else. It probably does have a hard limit. That said, I don't know that for a fact. It could just be that it's one of those things that, like, this time it costs 10 helium, the next time it costs 20 helium, the next time it costs 4 helium. So maybe it does infinitely scale, it's just, you know, you hit kind of a soft limit where it stops being reasonable to build it. But I don't know that one way or the other yet. I do like Well, I guess we're damaged over here. But yeah, I do like the whole like going platform to platform and finding things. I do feel like the water and food consumption, at least on the normal difficulty, is a tad on the like fast side of things, where you're just like, oh, you know, yeah, for survival and making it, you know, challenging or whatever, having it be that aggressive is probably good. But for just playing the game, you're like, okay, but you know, hear me out. I could also go without having to like constantly shove food and water in my mouth at all times. It's not as bad as some of the other ones I've played. I've played my share of survival games where it's like, seriously, you go as fast as you can to try and run from place to B to just keep shoveling food in your mouth as you can like visibly watch the bar drop. It's like, okay, again, if you're going for hard, sure. I have not seen the ability to make a grow bed yet. Can you scan? I have not been able to scan the grow beds. No.
Calories level is decreasing.
Yeah, see, those aren't scannable. Nor do I already have the recipe. Well, I didn't see anything on this side. And I do suspect as time goes on, we'll automate some of the things. I don't know if those are in the game yet. And I'm talking about stuff like the collection of materials from, like, when you're out flying about. I could see them giving you a,
Hydration level is decreasing.
like, a very slow one that, you know, it grabs a couple things here and there. You still have to, like, unload it when it gets full kind of thing. But instead I have to, like, jump on the little turret and, you know, shoot at debris again and again. That's the kind of stuff that these games like to make it so you can kind of automate away. But usually they'll make you put up with it for a decent amount of time before you get to that point. So that way it's really satisfying when you do get that ability to automate some of it away. I think it done goofed. Pretty sure it goofed and we might be taking a death here. I got off the area that's... Oh no, we can make this. Okay. I jumped down, I was like, wait a second, I'm pretty sure they don't want me here. Luckily, it looks like there was enough railing for me to get back up. Okay. Because I want to go up there because there's a breaker box there. That's one thing I will say is what I would actually give a negative about this, and this is something that Raft had as a problem too early on. Is the islands that Raft had at the beginning. There's only a couple variations till they added way more later. I'm feeling that same thing here, where we only have, I think it's 4 different variations I've seen. We have like the overgrown island, we have the wind island, and then there's like 2 others. And like, it flat out calls them out as that too. Like, it'll be like, find an overgrown island. Oh, my inventory. Like, I'm already at the point I just don't even want to deal with the inventory management. That is the one thing that'll be a negative. And this is not this game alone. This has been all of this genre. Is the inventory management. There's a few of them that make it better than others. And there's a whole lot of them where you're like, I just don't want to have to end each one going, up, there's my polymer box, up, there's my plastic box, up, there's my this box. I get so spoiled with games where you're just like, stack away, and if there's room, it dumps it there, and you go, I didn't stack that one away. Clearly I ran out of space. And you're good there. Okay, so let's grab our cabbage. You're not boiled yet. Okay. Well, with that, what I'm gonna go ahead and do. It's still early. This is the problem facing it. Is I gotta use the restroom, which that's just gonna have to happen. And in about like 10-ish minutes, I gotta take my 5-minute break to like get the dinner thing happening, because that's when my wife gets home and all that. So what I am gonna do though, is I'm gonna save this. There's not a save. It's an autosave game. Oh no. So save and quit. So I'm gonna save here just so I'm not like starving myself down. I'm going to end the recording.